Gals, Jim back here. And I remember when I first got the kit, when everybody was getting theirs shipped to them and stuff and arriving, I brought out about the discrepancies with the paint colors. Well, here's proof in the pudding. I've been back to that since I finished up my Death Star diorama and stuff like that, and some other kits that I had knocked out. And I'm back. I want to get that painted and knocked out. It's all assembled and stuff like that, primed up, and I want to finish that up and get it out of the way so I can start on some other projects I got. But here's the deal. I got my XF26, which they call out right there. I got my XF5, which is the flat green, which they call out there. And there's my 50-50 mix, which they call out for this green. XF26 times 2 parts. XF5 flat green, 1 part. That's what I got mixed in there. Okay. This is what I get. This is your XF26. This is your XF5. And in the middle here, this is your XF26 and XF5 mix, the 2-to-1 ratio. And I got it dull coated. I just brush painted these because it's a small piece. I'm not going to be firing up the airbrush, just a couple seconds shot of paint and then going back down. I just experiment on this piece. But you tell me that green right there is the same as that color swatch right there, that real pale green. There's no way. I don't know where they got their ink from to print this box, but they're way off. This is incorrect. This color is incorrect. These colors up here are incorrect. I went back. I know I did a video yesterday. I went back and I was looking through again on that website. It's www.collectormodel.com. At the beginning, it's a round 2 website. At the beginning, there's a bunch of new kits for automotive kits and stuff, like garage accessories for model cars and stuff, lifts and things like that. But if you keep on down, it gets down to where when they before they issued the kit, where James Small Artworks was, he does the models for round 2. He was painting it up like this. These ain't the colors he used, because there's no way he came up with this real light green with this XF5 and XF26 mix. You can see it right there. It's like a yellowish green. But if you go further down, they got some new information that wasn't on the website when this kit was being issued. This is new stuff since the kit's been already shipped out and we all got them. Okay. Now, if you read down a bit, they're calling out. They got a couple pictures of Andy Probert painting the studio model, which he did a lot of work on the Enterprises too, besides Paul Olsen. Paul Olsen did the Aztecing, but Andy Probert did a lot of the trim work, like the leading edge in the cells and stuff like that, the pylons and things. All the little like blue-gray type callouts and stuff. But anyway, they're actually calling out the base coat on this studio model was a deep Kelly green, which deep Kelly green, it's way different than these here Tamiya colors altogether. I mean, these are more like, this is more this XF26 deep green. That's like a deep forest green and stuff like that. So there's a big difference between a forest green and a Kelly green. But anyway, anybody want to look up the website, feel free. It's it's there for everybody. And like I said, you're gonna have to scroll down quite a ways, but they're gonna have a lot of new photos and different paint different paint samples that they did, and they're not like little square swatches like they were. They're just big round dabs of paint on a sheet of something and stuff, showing the different colors, and they're a lot darker, different shades of greens, not like they had in the beginning with these hair colors and stuff. But anyway, there's not much difference in these colors. So what I did is I took that XF26 2 parts and XF5 1 part, and I added one more part of the XF5 to it. And this is what I came up with here. That's the mixed air. That's your XF26, and that's your XF5. There's still not much difference. There's a little bit of difference, but not much. Now in the studio model, there is a little bit of contrast, but there's none of this bright green on it. It's almost like something a little darker than this, and this here shade of green. But it's a deep Kelly green, which that could be pretty close to a deep Kelly green. But anyway, I wanted to point this out because I know there's a lot of guys coming back at me. Well, it looks different. Yeah, it looks different under light conditions, under filming conditions, and all that. But it's not even close to what this is. And what you see on some of the older photos, where it did have a lot of contrast to it, supposedly when they took it out of storage, there was some kind of white powder all over it, which kind of made a lot of the colors pop a lot differently. I guess when they took it out of storage to put up for auction at Christie's, there's some type of, they said it was a white residue. And getting to this tan in that, it was more of a gray purplish color to it, little purplish tint to it, not so much this tan color. That I did on my 537 K'tinga years ago, and around two, we popped that one and everything with a little bit more detail and stuff. That's the way I painted that one up back then, and all that. But it actually, if you look at some of the newer photos they got up, they're not as fuzzy, or they're more clear. It's more of a grayish color, almost like maybe a gall gray, a flat gall gray, a light one, not a dark gall gray, or a medium color gray. Even they called it, they said it could be just a primer gray, and it's just got a little purple, like very slight purplish hue to it, but it's still mainly gray. And on the back too, where the engines are, thrusters and all that, the studio model shown, that's like a light gray primer. It's not that NATO black or whatever they're calling for it. It's more like a light gray primer and stuff. All this here stuff is more like two different shades of gray with a little bit of a purplish hue to the darker one and stuff. But I just wanted to point all this out and everything, because I was looking at some videos on somebody's channel last night, and they said they just got their paints in, and so they can do their K'tinga and stuff. And it's like, I mean, you guys, it's your model. You paint it how you want. I do stuff to try to get as accurate as I want. I remember when I was doing my reef years ago, and I was mixing my colors for the leading edge of the pylons and the front end of the nacelles, that little grayish blue color. It probably took me about 2 weeks every day at work. Every evening I was working on mixing paints. I probably had about 50 or 60 different little paint swatches and stuff. And I had just as many of the little empty testers bottles that I was putting the different mixes in, till I finally found which one I wanted to use, which one looked great under different lighting conditions, and kind of overall lighting, where it would look good under, almost the same under any type of lighting, before I finally got the one I wanted and stuff. So this is going to be the same thing, and it's like I'm going to be experimenting this evening and probably tomorrow, and once I come up with my colors that I want to go with, boom, it's going to be it. I'm going to spray it. I'm not coming back and letting everybody know what colors I used. Now I've got a green here, and that in the center, it's Rust-Oleum. It's a moss green, which is almost pretty close to what you see there. And what you see there, it's in certain ways the light hits, it's a little bit different shade, but it's pretty close to that. It's a lot darker than those light colors on there. It's kind of almost like an in-between, but it's closer to these light colors here. This is close to what a lot of the studio model photos are showing. This with another contrasting green, but it's not a real big difference in contrast. It's almost like they painted the ship a green. And then I think on my original 537 K'tinga years ago, I used pale green, almost the same shade as the regular bird of prey. And I think the green I used then, which I can't find anywhere, because like I said, Rust-Oleum took over testers. They bought them out and everything. Testers is no longer in existence. And They're slowly phasing out the Model Master line of paints and stuff. A lot of your flats, like your military colors and stuff. I think it was either a Russian or German. It was something RLM, some type of green. I forgot if it was an interior green or exterior green, but it was one of the RLM greens and stuff that they called out for. And tell you what, the paint callouts on that model kit, the 537th one, were more accurate than this one. And so anyway, I just wanted to point all that out. And but like I said, this is what I came up with. Your 3 different shades of green, what they're calling out here for the 3 different shades here. Now you tell me that's even close. I mean, like I said, the dark green, the XF26 might be pretty close, but there's no way you're going to get that light green like that, even if you do want to paint it this way, which is, like I said, it's not correct. And they also state in that website there wasn't really 3 colors. It was basically a 2-color paint job on studio model and stuff. That's where they called out about the deep Kelly green for the base coat. And there was even some discrepancy if some of the lighter colors might have been more grays than greens and stuff. So, but, like I said, it's www.collectormodel.com. You got to scroll down the page quite a ways till you get to it, but there's a lot of new information that wasn't on that site before the model was released. It's since been put up there because I've been on that website after I received my model and it wasn't there because I was looking for some reference photos, and now all of a sudden they're on there. So I guess to this day there's still discrepancies. I guess they got some records in the Smithsonian, even though they don't have the model. It was sold to a private individual at the Christie's auction years back. But I guess they're still looking into investigating the correct color schemes and stuff like that. Maybe they're doing it for us hobbyists. Maybe they're going to update some information in the future and online and do a PDF file or something. But there's a lot of new stuff on there that'll interest a lot of you guys that are building this model. So hope I didn't bore you. Like I said, I'm just trying to point out what I was trying to point out in the beginning about these paint callouts and stuff, that they're way off. And like I said, if you want to paint it this way, I know there's some people are painting it this way, and that's fine. But to me, with all these different bright greens, and I call them like a mint, almost a whitish green, it makes it look too toy-like stuff. And I know on the other side of this, they got it all weathered up and stuff, so it kind of blends the colors. But you know what? To me, that still looks like a toy. So I'm going my way, and that's it. But anyway, I just thought this would be some helpful, useful information for you guys and all that. And I did try out one other color when I ordered. I did order the Tamiya paints because I didn't realize. And this flat green that the Tamiya got. It's a kind of a yellowish green. That's the same flat green that you can get in the tester's bottle, the little tester's bottles, whatever. I did order one other color here. It's called a British green. It comes in a rattle can. It doesn't come in a bottle. But that's kind of a good color match for the deep green too. Got everything. This piece isn't dull coated. I got one here that's dull coated. It's gonna show up a little better, but that's not a bad color match for the darker colors either. You can see there, it's almost depending on how the light hits it and stuff. It might almost be a pretty good call out for the dark green and that. And but that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that, and you guys can decide for yourself how you want to go. But I just thought I'd point out this new information that I found as I'm getting back in and ready to paint my K'tinga. I'm going to experiment with this 50-50 mix here and see if I can't put a little the Model Master White, because like I says, an hour away from the closest hobby shop that carries Tamiya paints. Hobby Lobby doesn't carry them. That's only a half hour for me. I'm not going to drive an hour for one bottle of paint. I'm not going to put it in an order for one bottle of paint, especially I don't need any other kind of supplies. It's only there's one ingredient missing from this, as there is in Tamiya, but maybe it won't make a difference, and maybe it'll mix. I'm just going to mix up a little batch in a small. Got some empty small tester jars, and I'm going to go from there. and if it works, I might try to lighten this up some and you know, at least get it somewhat lighter than this, so I got a little bit of contrast, 2 shades of green, but nothing like you see on the box. So till the next time, I hope this is helpful for a lot of you guys and all that. And you know, once I'm done with my paint job and everything, the model's all put together. It's just waiting to get painted up and put on a base and stuff. Which I already got a base sitting around from something I was going to use a while back on my Star Destroyer, and I never did. I did something else with it, so she's going to be good to go as soon as I get this paint colors that I want to do figured out and all that. So I'll pop up a video then. But till the next time, thanks for all you guys who subscribed to my channel. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for all the nice comments you guys leaving and all that. And thanks for watching my videos and enjoying them, hopefully. And you know, I try not to bore you guys. I try not to go on too long, but sometimes I like to explain things in detail and stuff. Sometimes it takes a little longer than expected, but hopefully this is helpful for you guys. And till the next time, we'll be talking to you. Take care. Happy modeling. Have a good one. Bye.